Hello everybody! Welcome to the first Ochiba Wolf live stream in such a long time. How many times was I just like popping in every Wednesday? Hey, stream is canceled. Pushing it to next week. I'm gonna try to make it next week. Life has just been I don't know how to put it into words, but I'm so happy to be here tonight. I hope you guys haven't forgotten about me because I kind of feel a little forgotten in the social media algorithm. But I hope my people here don't. I missed you guys so much. Have so much to talk about. Have so much to like fill you guys in on. Before we dive into things, I want to make sure you guys go ahead and change those chat settings to live chat if yours is set to top chat so you can see all messages. Mine always defaults to top chat, and I don't know why. I can't fix that. If there's a fix, please share with your girl right here because I would love to know that, because sometimes I forget mid into the stream and I'm like, oh my gosh, how many messages have I been missing? And it sucks because you guys might think I'm ignoring you when literally I just forgot to change those chat settings and I may not have seen it. So yeah, just a friendly reminder there. And also, you guys know I need a sound check. Do I sound okay to continue on? Let me scroll up. We've got something different that I thought that we could do today, if it's all right with you guys, which I'll tell you guys in just a bit. Lincoln Earn is here. Hello. Karen is here. Karen. Daisy is here. Hello. Point Clicky is here. Oshi is here. Christine is here. Who else? Mango Mochi the Hoarder and Tracy with the Y is here. Hello, wonderful fam. How are you tonight? Alan is here. Hi, Alan. C. Michaela. The Slender Chick. Hello. And who else do we see? Sailor Rika's, oh my girl, Vicky. Have you guys been enjoying the content that Vicky and I have been putting out from Japan? We have not put out everything yet, but we are working through it. Man, Vicky and I were talking. It was just really hard getting back into normal life after a trip to Japan. It kind of seems like you go to, and this could be any vacation where you just, it's so different from your normal life. You kind of feel like you're in fantasy land for a while, and then when you come back, you're like, it's such a different world. And it at least for me, I had to have an adjustment period, and I kind of got like post-vacation depression a little bit, and I didn't feel motivated to do anything, and I felt like so swarmed with like just a lot of like, I came back to so many boxes, let's put it that way, which a lot of it was sponsored stuff that I needed to get out. You know, that's part of being a content creator, and I'm always like thinking to myself, you know, if I post all of this sponsored content, do my audience think that it's just too influencer like? Is it too much? But you know, like, I really do count on working with brands to help me grow as a content creator too, so I try to find a balance. I try to do like one sponsored post, and then the next reel that I'll do will be like just something fun that I did or something that I want to show you guys. So I hope you guys don't mind. A lot of sponsored content is being pushed out by me. I did a few this week. There's going to be more next week. And it's only because these sponsored posts, they have deadlines, and I'm so behind. So please bear with me. Don't unfollow. I promise my content is not going to just transition into just sponsored stuff. It is going to be a lot of, you know, just me sharing my fandoms, food, life, all of that. Oh my gosh, just I have already been talking so much. I did get sound checks. Thank you guys so much for the sound check on that. I'm getting a lot of welcome backs. I appreciate you guys. Mango Mochi, member for 13 months. It's been 13 months already. What? Where is the time going? Nah. Sorry for being a part of the problem with the box. No. I'm so, that's like, okay, your box, which, can you see it? It's right back there. Oh wait. Yeah, the orange box. It's so weird. I don't know which way to point. The orange box behind me. It's the opposite. It's the opposite. Is an item that Mango Mochi the Hoarder bought, but she sent it to me. She said that I can do an unboxing for her, and it's really cool. I can't wait to do it. And that is not part of the problem, Mochi. Not at all. I'm actually really looking forward to that. Since that one, I know I have to open that before you come and visit us. So I'm hoping like next week I can film that, but totally not part of the problem. And that's like, I really think a lot of people here are going to enjoy that video. So thank you so much for sending that to me and allowing me to do a unboxing of that and show my audience. I think that's the kind of videos Sailor Moon collectors like to see. It's a figure. It's a fan-made figure based off of a manga image. I'm sure some of you guys may know what it is, but I'm not going to quite spoil it yet. But it's really beautiful, and I can't wait to see what it looks like in person. I'm a little bit behind in the chart. Catching up. Link Nerd says, Ochi, I do hope you'll get the Beret Sailor Moon hat if you get the 100 likes. It's calling for you. Okay, so I personally thought it was the most random product. It's very like cutesy, like Japanese style of hat. I feel like I love hats, but I'm more of like a baseball hat type of girl. So I was like, I don't know if I can pull this off. So that's why I'm so much on the fence. I'm relying on votes, which are just liking that post. So if you guys are on Threads and you're interested in seeing me buy that hat with my own money and doing a reel, trying it on and trying to style it, make sure you guys heart that thread through Instagram, and I'll be sure to buy it. But I'm not gonna do it unless I get 100 hearts on that one. But it is good. I have talked to other collectors, and they actually really liked that style. Like, that's something that they would typically go after, and they're really excited. And I honestly love the variety. When we get new stuff, even if it's not something that maybe I can style, or maybe it doesn't fit with my vibe, I love it because it may be for somebody else, you know? So I'm never like that person who's like, oh, this is stupid. Why did they come out with that? I'm like, even if I don't wear it, I know there's somebody out there who would love it and would wear it. So I try to be very open-minded about that kind of stuff. Tracy with the Y says, I enjoy your sponsored content because it tells me what brands you think are worthwhile. Yeah, awesome. I really thank you for saying that. You do not even, what am I trying to say? Like, I wish I could put into words how many sponsored emails I get a day of companies who want to collaborate. I would say I get at least 10 a day. And it is the most weirdest stuff. I've got reached out to do random jewelry. Now this stuff's not really weird. Random jewelry, fashion, yoga pants. I've got asked to do some like stuff for kids, like a little kid tablet. And I'm just like, or little or games for kids and stuff, and I'm like, are you guys looking at my content? Because this is not stuff that my audience would not, it would be the most random thing if it showed up on my page. So I ignore a lot of it. I will only work with a company if I want the product for free. I mean, I'm gonna be real there. Or it's something that I think would, like, it's a legit brand, it's a big brand, and I think that it'd be cool to collaborate with them and form a relationship with, to maybe they might want to work with me in the future, especially if it's a non-Sailor Moon collaboration, because a lot of brands, you know, they don't want to risk working with Sailor Moon. So if they reach out to me thinking that maybe my mostly Sailor Moon audience might like a different collab of theirs, I will be like, absolutely, I will form that relationship now, just in case you guys do come out with a Sailor Moon collaboration later. Maybe you guys will reach out with me again because you saw the work that I did, you saw that I deliver, and all that. So thank you, Tracy, for just saying that. It makes me feel better, because I definitely have some guilt when it comes to sponsored content. I never want to I don't know, just push that stuff down your throat. So I'm glad that you noticed that I only work with brands that I have a good relationship with, fits my audience, like the themes and stuff that people like to watch my stuff, and that I may want myself. So you guys are awesome. Thanks for being real with me. I promise to always be real with you if you're real with me. Tracy also said that I want to see the beret on someone else so bad. I love hats, especially berets, but I don't like buying hats without seeing them on a human. That is such a good point. Like, so like if BioWorld is listening, maybe they should have a model modeling the hat. You know, like sometimes with Hot Topic stuff, instead of just posting a picture of the t-shirt, they'll have a model, you know, showing it how it looks on a real person. Maybe they need to do that. They need to adopt that way of posting their items. Mango Mochi says I could pull it off, but I can't video. Yes, you can. Are we gonna work on some videos when you come to town? and V Dizzle's backing me up. You could totally pull that off. Yes, I agree. You're like a super fashionable person. You have an eye for which Sailor Moon pieces go together. I would love and be so interested in seeing like what you would style with that type of hat. Seema has a good reminder. Only 3 weeks till Sailor Moon Cosmos the movies internationally on Netflix, August 22nd. We've got tons of dubs that are going to be released on that day, as well as the raw Japanese with subtitles if you prefer. I'm so excited. What do you guys have? Like, I mean, we're coming up on a couple weeks now. Do you guys have anything planned for it? Are you watching it by your lonesome, which is okay, or are you going to have a watch party, or maybe watch it with your significant other, your partner, a friend? What are you guys doing? I'm totally curious. Ron Roden, hello. I don't think I've ever seen you up in the chat. Welcome to the stream if it's your first time. They say love to see the stuff you post when going to Japan. Awesome. I am so behind on that content, but it is coming. I film so much. I will say I'm very proud of myself. And Vicky, let me know if you feel the same way about like the content that you got when you were there. I told you guys in 2022 when I went to Japan, I kind of dropped the ball on filming, and I felt really bad when I got back because I didn't have a lot of footage to work with. I had an iPhone storage issue when I was in Japan. But this time, you know, I was so proud of myself. I got basically everything that I feel like I needed to get. I got long form content, I got short form content, and I had, so instead of feeling like overwhelmed and that it was like a work trip, I actually had fun filming it, even though Vicky and I were sweating our asses off. Like we were in the heat doing all this content, especially the did you guys watch the manhole cover reel? That was such a hard day physically. We were sweating, we walked so much, but we did it for the gram. And also we wanted to see them in person. It was such a cool experience, just to see a Sailor Moon official imagery, you know, backed by Kodansha, backed by Toei, on things in public. It's, you know, that wasn't just the Sailor Moon store or a Sailor Moon collaboration at a store. It was freaking awesome. So I'm so glad we got to see that and experience it. And they are still there as of now. So if you guys are going to make it out to Japan, don't forget to do that tour. There's even a person who does do custom tours in Japan that is going to incorporate putting the manhole covers into a Sailor Moon themed tour in Japan. Once they get that together, I told them I'd share it on my socials if you guys want to book them, and that way you don't get lost. Vicky and I and Kurt and Jared, her husband, we got lost several times when we were on our own. The first part of the tour, we had a friend with us who actually lives in Japan. Shout out to Laura. I love you, girl. And she had visited them before, so she knew exactly where they were, so we followed her. But then the second part, she couldn't join us. It was the next day. And so Vicky and I and Kurt and Jared were on our own. And, you know, when you're not familiar with an area, and also I will say, Google Maps messed us up quite a bit. It did, and this was definitely, Vicky will back me up on this. Google, I think it was Google. Yeah, were we using Google or Apple? I think it was Google. But they definitely made us. I think there was like a blip in the service or something, and it made us take wrong turns and stuff. Sailor V says, I still have a few more videos from Japan planned, and I have a few videos of the stuff I got planned, but as my first trip, trying to film as much as I can, I think I did good. Hey, that's all you can really hope for. Like, honestly, like, if you think you did good, then you did good. And I had so much fun. Can I just give a shout out to Vicky and Jared for being such little troopers for us, just going so hard in Japan, walking everywhere, trying to fit in every little thing that looks cool to do in Japan, because you're only there for a certain amount of time. And I think we wore those two out. Like, Kurt and I, well, okay, me personally, I've been there 7 times now. I knew exactly what I was getting myself into, and so did Kurt. But I feel like Vicky and Jared were like, oh, this is gonna be a little relaxing trip, and we're gonna be good. We're gonna be good physically. And I think you guys were starting to feel worn out. And then I got sick. Oh my God, should we tell that story? Have I told that story yet? I couldn't believe it. I got food poisoning in Japan, and let me just tell you guys, I've never had food poisoning in my life. This is my first experience with it, and it took me out. Almost 2 days did it take me out. Out of our 12-day trip, we were there for 12 days. It took almost 2 days, and I missed out on 2 days worth of sightseeing and stuff that we had planned, including the Pokemon Cafe, which getting reservations for the Pokemon Cafe now, in these times, I went many years ago before it like blew up in popularity, but nowadays, with everybody traveling to Japan now, especially with, you know, how good our dollar is to the yen, everybody and their mama is basically going to Japan, and Pokemon is still so super popular. It's so hard to get reservations for the Pokemon Cafe in Tokyo and Osaka, and it took a lot of effort on my part to get them, but I did secure them, and that happened to be the day after I got food poisoning during the night. So I was so upset, but there was just no way. I mean, I had to be close to a toilet. I was throwing up so much, and it was my 3rd time in my life that I've ever thrown up, and I felt dead. I just couldn't do it. But Vicky and Jared still went. I told them, I really pushed them. I'm like, please don't let all the work that I did to get those reservations, you know, be for nothing. And plus, they've never been. I was really, I know Vicky's a Pokemon fan, and I knew she would enjoy it, and I knew she'd be sad if she didn't go. And I'm so proud of her and Jared for figuring out how to like get there on their own, because they were learning the train systems from us, and how to navigate, since this was their first time, you know, kind of doing things on their own, because on previous trips they had their Japanese friend kind of helping navigate. So we really taught them how to navigate and use the train stations, and I feel like you guys are pros now. Like, you guys did so good. I'm so proud of you guys. Vicky says it was seriously the best trip ever. I'm a walking machine! Yeah, and your poor feetsies! I did all the Disney World in 2 days. Power walked it all. Yes. Yes. She says, I'm ready for Japan round 2. Sailor Jess says, do you know what made you sick? I was the night that, so this is Saturday night. We stop at a Lawson's on the way home, and this is a Lawson's that is a train station or 2 from our Airbnb. I grabbed myself this salad thing with boiled chicken on top. So it was like greens, little other vegetables, and it had like boiled looking chicken on top. I was trying to be healthy and trying to, you know, eat good so I feel good, right, in Japan. And I think because it's been so hot, it was so hot in Japan. The train ride home and walking back to the Airbnb, I think it got too hot, and I ended up eating that. I was the only one who ate that night. Everybody else, got different stuff from the convenience store, the konbini from Lawson's, and so I'm pretty sure that was the culprit. And in the middle of the night, I woke up and I was like, something doesn't feel right. Something does. I mean, when you know, do you guys, when you know something is wrong, I was like, and so our rooms were upstairs. If you guys saw my Neko reel, or even Vicky's, we stayed at this 2-bedroom house that's ran by Charlotte in Japan and this other content creator, Ushka, am I saying that right? And they co-own that and rent it out for people coming to Japan. There was 2 bedrooms upstairs and the bathroom was downstairs, so I booked it downstairs, and just in time too, because me and that toilet, we were like this on and off the whole night. And of course I didn't wake up anybody or anything. Kurt eventually got up and saw what was going on, and yeah. But thankfully it was just food poisoning. I recovered fully and got to finish out my trip strong. Kay says, oh, Kay is here. Hi, Kay. What's up? I can't wait to go to Japan. I'm gonna die. Yes, try to get in the best physical shape that you can. Like, I tell people this, and even 2 weeks before my trip, I even tried to get my endurance up. So I got on and I don't usually do this, but I got my butt on the treadmill every morning and I walked 40 minutes and I shifted the speed. I did like 3 to like 4.5, just to try to build up my endurance, because I knew how Japan was going to destroy me. So yeah, I always tell people, if you're planning a Japan trip, try to work on that fitness, try to get that endurance up, whatever you need to do to physically get a little stronger, because it is so physically exhausting. If you're like me and you're very sedentary, I'm a sedentary person. I sit right here where you guys are seeing for hours and hours at a time. And of course we drive everywhere. We don't walk everywhere like you do in Japan. I'm a little behind on the chat. I'm so sorry. But V Dizzle said it was a great experience at the Pokemon Center. I bought all the Mimikyu merch at the Pokemon Center. I'm so sad, but I'm so happy you went and you enjoyed it. Oshi says Japan, Florida, and Puerto Rico are neck and neck with the heat humidity. Not sure who's number one. Venus said you scared the crap out of me that morning. I thought I was the only one up that early, and there you are. Yep. My sick ass. Goodness. I mean, I'm really proud of myself, because I'm normally not that great when it comes to like sudden health issues, especially if I'm not familiar with them. And this was my first experience with food poisoning, but I felt like I handled it so well. I didn't wake anybody up. I didn't, scream "Curtis," from the base, from the first level. I threw up on my own. I took care of it. I cleaned up that toilet really good. I was like, I don't want anybody to see this. So, I tried to really take care of myself. At 36 years old, I felt so proud of myself that I managed that situation so well. Like, I think I grew up a little bit. Oh, also, food poisoning humbled my ass as well. I often think I'm kind of invincible sometimes because I rarely get sick, and yeah, that's not true. So I'm back down to earth. I'm like, ooh, I can be compromised. Sailor Justice, I swear, chicken is the number one culprit for food poisoning. I think you're right. I think you're right. B Jizzle says, I hate sitting so much, so Japan was a welcomed workout for me. Yeah, I mean, that's really why I feel like they get so much, cardio and exercise, and it's great, especially if you're like accustomed to it. But man, when you go from sedentary to Japan at our age, oh, thank you, Kay. And Kay knows me personally. Kay knows that I'm not great at health issues. I usually need some help. the only other time that I threw up that I wasn't a kid. So the first time I've ever thrown up, I was a kid, and that was definitely traumatic. And then the second time it was a couple of years ago, and we lived here, and I did not remember how it was because the last time that I had thrown up, I was a kid, and I was like a mess. I didn't even make it to the toilet. Curtis had to like help. It was awful. So going from that to how I handled it, I'm so proud of myself. I'm so sorry. This is like TMI. Maybe we should move on. But yeah, no, I'm really happy with myself. I didn't expect that. I really honestly didn't. Sometimes, you know, you do something and you surprise yourself. Kayla, hi! I miss walking around in Japan. I have to drive everywhere here in Jacksonville. Yeah, you know, for those of you guys who aren't in the United States and you've never been, we drive everywhere here. I mean, unless you're like in New York City or something, most everybody has to drive to get to places, and we don't do a lot of walking normally. Like, I wouldn't say it's true for everybody in the United States, but the majority of us. I'd be proud too. I would have been crying baby, trying to get myself together. Yeah. I feel like I was like, at that point I was just like, what next? Am I just gonna die in Japan? Like, let's just go. Let's go. There's worse way to die. I went out, and you guys would have to say she went out doing what she loved. She was out there filming her little content creator life and going and doing all the Sailor Moon stuff. Oh. I'm trying to think of like any, let's see. Do you guys have any questions about Japan? Vicky is here with us today. Oh, I wonder, I should have brought her on so we could have like really just gave you guys a really good live stream just like talking, because this is I've told you guys this before, my regulars know, like this is the space on the internet where I'm really raw and real and authentic with you guys. There's no editing at all. It's just me right here in the moment, and I love having this space. It's fun to talk about. He just also said the food in Japan was so good. We ate all the good things. Yes, we did. And that's, I was just talking about this with somebody earlier, a good friend of mine. We were talking about like the food costs and how high they have gotten for us here in the United States. And in contrast, Japan food is so cheap. And yes, the currency conversion right now has a lot to do with it too. But in general, their food is a lot cheaper. Than, like, you can go out to eat for like literally $10 there, and that's like unheard of here, you know. It's crazy. But the food is definitely more affordable, I feel like, in Japan. Kay says, I want to eat all the things. Speaking of, I did finally try this right before I got on the live. I finally tried the manju. I'm going to be dropping the video tomorrow. Speaking of, I was going to ask you guys, because I already kind of got things imported. Would you guys like want to see a little bit like kind of like a sneak peek of how I edit on like my reels? Like, you guys see my short form content, you see my long form content. Nowadays, I mostly edit all of my videos through 2 different apps. It depends on what I'm feeling, because these apps they have a little different features. For some videos, I use Final Cut Pro. For others, I use CapCut, and I did buy the pro version of CapCut. If you're a full-time content creator or you do content creation a lot, I definitely recommend buying the pro version of CapCut and doing the year version. It's much cheaper if you buy it for the year. I think it's like $99 for the year, but you get so much. You get the caption feature, you get like these beautiful effects that you can change anything. Like, you get you can animate images, you can animate text, you can you have a huge database of sound effects that you can use. It's just great. Like, I definitely highly recommend the pro version if you guys are into content creation or you want to get into content creation. It's freaking awesome, and since buying the pro membership, I'm very happy with it. It's definitely worth the money. Tracy with the Y says, Charlotte just released a vlog and talked about the cost of eggs. It's so insane how expensive everything here has gotten. Yeah, it's nuts. Like, it's hard. Like, I would feel so bad if somebody like from Japan came to visit the United States, and it would be hard to afford travel here with the currency conversion of their money to here, plus the higher cost of things. Yeah, it would be tough for sure. Oh, Iron Knight, thank you so much. Yes, I appreciate the tips tonight. I am not making as much since going on my trip. I don't know why. I've been pushing out the content, but social media is not paying, and YouTube's kind of down right now just because I haven't been posting long form. But they said almost finished packing for another anime convention tomorrow. Which one are you going to? Speaking of anime conventions, I need to do an announcement of 2 upcoming ones that I'm going to be at. And if you guys are going to come, that'd be great to meet some of you guys. You can, if you do go to an anime convention or any place and you run into me, you see me and you're like, I think that's Ochiba Wolf, I think that's Brooke, you are more than welcome to come up to me and say hi. A lot of people say that they're scared or that they think that they're bothering me. Absolutely not. I would be delighted to meet you. So use that for anytime. If you ever run into me, please come up and say hi and tell me who you are. Tell me who you are. I love meeting new people. I'm very social and hopefully approachable. I hope I don't scare people off. Oh, yes. So, okay. Anime Kansas, which is September 16th and 17th, I think, here in Wichita, Kansas. I'm going to be there both days. And then Planet Anime Kansas City, which is in October. I can't remember the dates on my head, but if you guys are going to be at any of those 2 conventions, and I will also do a short form video talking about the 2 conventions that I'm going to, just kind of like a reminder, refresher, in case you guys forget, and you can try to come to them. But those are the 2 that I'm for sure going to. There's a 3rd one that's kind of up in the air at the moment for me, so I'm not going to reveal that one until I know for sure. But it's a convention that reached out to me and wanted to work with me, and they asked me my rates, and I sent it in, and I'm wondering what they're gonna think of my rates, if they're gonna come back with, like, you know, a counter offer, or if they're gonna say yes, come on. So we shall see. Kay says anime cons. Oh my gosh, for real. Oshi says they've been watching my old videos. 2 years? Okay, so from somebody who's never watched my old content, and you know how I am now, what do you think of, like, the growth and how different? Do you see a difference is what I'm asking? Like, do you see, like, a little bit more, like, reserved and shy I was at the beginning of my content creation journey? And I keep those videos on my channel as a great example for anybody who just is, like, feeling like they're not great on camera, they don't know, they don't think their videos are good. Like, I've been there. The proof is on my channel. Like, if you go back and you scroll and you watch some of the first videos I did 4 years ago, I know, I can't believe I did this for 4 years already. There's definitely a difference in that. But yes, I remember, okay, I was going to tell you guys, I was going to kind of show you guys what I do for editing if you guys want to take a peek. Now, this particular one is in Final Cut Pro. Maybe next time I can show you guys CapCut, but this is Final Cut Pro, and this is, of course, is the Manju video that I filmed right before this live. I just took my hair down, but I'm wearing the exact same thing. Wearing the Cinnamon Crystal shorts and everything. But I've already started this, but I'll kind of like give you guys like a like the whole idea of what's happening. So I had 2 different clips for this video. I had the clip where I'm in front of the camera showing the product, and then I filmed a clip where I'm showing close-ups, right? So I have close-ups of the packaging, I have close-ups of the box, and I've already started clipping them up, but as you guys can see, like, this is how it's gonna play out. And this is before I do any text, this is before any voiceover, any audio or anything like that. So my idea with this is I'm going to show you guys the box. I'm going to do this, maybe add some transitions too, and then and of course I'm going to do a voiceover kind of explaining what Manju is and all of that, showing you guys the packaging. And this is the part where I've stopped at. So what I normally do is I like this. I think I might clip that just a little shorter. And if you guys can see, with Final Cut, if you move the little red line here, and then you kind of drag it, and so you can like clip the clips a little bit like that. But yeah, this is like my first like a little bit behind the scenes, so I hope you guys kind of like this. I'm kind of seeing if I like this. I flip it around. Okay, and I show that. I do like that. I want to go ahead and have I tweaked these colors? Let me see, because I do also tweak the colors too. I forgot to tell you guys. Okay, I have not. So if you look right here, this box right here, and let me see if you guys can see this. You can't really see. Well, yes, if I move it over here. Oh my gosh, Michelle Marshall sent in a super chat. I'm so sorry if I didn't see it. Thank you so much for the $2.99. I appreciate you. And let's celebrate their 5th super chat on live stream. Thank you so much. And Mikey sent in $2. I don't know if it came in yet, but I see it on my chat. Welcome back, Ochi. Good to see you live again. Good to see you. Thank you so much, by the way, for grabbing Kay and I the Viz Media Sailor Moon Sailor Stars poster from Anime Expo. I can't wait to get it. Okay, so up here, do you guys see the color wheels thing over here to the top right? This is where I tweak it. So if you guys see right here, I've tweaked it a little bit. There's like a these little wheels over here. This one right here does saturation. So do you see how it's like getting a little brighter in color? That's how I make my videos look more vibrant. I tweak the colors, and I also will brighten it up. Do you see how you can brighten it when I go up like that? So a lot of people ask me, what kind of lighting do you use? And I always tell them, I'm like, I do use lighting, but that's really not where the vibrancy and the brightness comes from. It's from tweaking. It's literally from tweaking the settings on whatever. And you can do this on Final Cut as well. It's just a little different. But it's just so cool. Like, let me show you the raw footage of this. You guys are ready? That's the raw footage. So we go from that to this. So you can see there's quite a difference, and maybe that's not the greatest of example. This one I've already tweaked. So we go from this dullness to this, and I could tweak it a little more if I wanted to, but I don't want it to look too saturated. But this clip right here, what I was talking about, I have not tweaked yet. So we're gonna tweak it together. This is like the part where I have stopped on the timeline of this particular video. So like we can edit it together throughout. So as you can see, it looks a little dull. This is the Manju individual package. And so I usually like to stop at oh my gosh, someone sent another super chat. Mango Mochi the Hoarder! Oh my gosh, thank you for the $2, Mochi. You seriously do not have to. Save that for when you're here so you can eat all the food. Mango Mochi the Hoarder is actually coming to visit me and Kay here in a couple of weeks for the Sailor Cosmos launch, and we're so excited. I've got some places that I want to take her to and eat, like Tai Chi. Oh my gosh, and the Q ramen here, so good. I went with Casey in April last weekend, and oh, to die for. It was freaking delicious, dude. But yeah, let's see. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and tweak this just a little bit. I love to brighten this up, so as you guys can see, this is when it's not bright, we brighten it up, and also we want to bring a little bit of color back. We want to bring a little bit of vibrancy back. So I just like to tweak around the colors here just a bit. Usually when I'm in the video, like my hands or my body, I can tell if I've gone too far with the saturation by how orange I get. So if you look, like this is too saturated. You don't want to do that. Look how orange I am. I look like an Oompa Loompa. So and you also can change the temperature. And for this particular video, I don't feel like I need to change the temperature. It's pretty good. But like if I wanted a more cool feeling, I could make it cooler. I could also make it warmer if I wanted to. And I also could add a little bit of more pink if I wanted to kind of like level it out a little more, you know? So, I mean, you can see the difference right off the bat on what color tweaking does to your video. You go from raw footage to professional in like just a couple of clicks. If you guys have any questions, by the way, I have a passion for content creation. I'm not the best at it, but I have a good handle on it, and I love like sharing what I know, and I know I've been asked, like, like I said, the number one question I get asked about my content is what lighting do you use, and I just use a regular old ring light. And then I just tweak it. Catching up on the comments, you guys. What? Oh no, Sailor Mikey's grandma passed away. I am so sorry to hear that. Grandmas are the freaking best, so my heart goes out to you, Mikey. I hope you're taking enough time to grieve and celebrate her, and take all the time you need, dude, because having a loss like that, it's hard. So I send you love right now. Dizzle says, oh yeah, my lighting sucks. Definitely got to tweak those colors. Absolutely. Everyone is giving condolences to Mikey. That's so sweet of everybody. Kay says, Q Robin's second chance. Yes, it was so good. Like, I really am excited for us to go back, because I think you might change your mind, and I will take your tea. If you do the combo meal again, where it absolutely has to come with the tea, either Kurt and I will take the tea. So it doesn't go down to waste. So it doesn't go to waste. Sakudo says, I found someone on Instagram doing D23 pickups, so I got my Loki request in. Is that like a conversation that's going on that I missed? Is there like and we're talking about Loki like from the Marvel Cinematic Universe? I'm really curious. I love Loki as a character. I used to be a Loki collector, but I've since stopped that collection. There's just stuff that I have to stop, otherwise it's gonna get out of hand. Loki was one of the ones that I had to cut it out of my life. I still have my stuff. Oh my gosh, the Loki Hot Toys. Perfection. There's a Loki fig pin! Oh, of course there is. There's a fig pin of everything. We have 20 more minutes. Okay, back to, let's see how far we can get with this, and ignore, oh my gosh, I just realized, ignore what the title is of this video. It says Raisin A 2024. I am like such a weird content creator. I will just reuse the same project a lot of times over and over and just delete the media from it, and then when I go to export it, I'll change the name. Some people, if you're probably a more professional content creator, you will start a new project, you'll start a new library and name it accordingly, but not your girl. I'll just go down there, I'll delete all that media, make sure it's wiped, because these programs do create proxy media, which is like an extra file, and that will bog your computer down so fast. Also, hot tip, if you guys are a content creator that like works in 4K, the biggest thing I can give you guys for advice is get yourself a little one of these or two. Oh my god, I can't even show you, but basically they're little tiny SSD hard drives. And when I'm working on a project, when I have Final Cut Pro open, it's running through my terabyte. I think that might even be the 2 terabyte SSD, because my computer does not have enough computing power to handle all of the 4K footage, especially when it's a long form 4K video where it's like an hour plus of footage. Computers can't handle that usually, unless you have a sick setup. But a workaround is getting like a terabyte or a 2 terabyte SSD hard drive, plugging that in and running that program through it. So that's what I do. It's a great tip, because 4K footage takes up so much space. And also, when you're done with the project and you know you're not going to need it anymore, Mango Mochi the Hoarder, stop it! You've got to stop! They keep tipping me. I wanted to see, like, look, this is basically, a lot of this is Mochi. Like, a lot of this is Mochi. We got me up to 15 bucks. I'll ask the questions when I get there. Maybe even shoot the Cosmic Heart outfit with you. Hey, I'm always willing to work on some content. And Kay will tell you, I am great at filming my friends. I get you guys the great shots. I get you guys to where you look great. And it's a passion of mine. Content creation is a passion of mine. And I love to do it for other people too, and walk you guys through it as much as possible. And I think Vicky even said something when we were in Japan. She's like, I've actually seen, like how Ochi films stuff, and a lot of the behind the scenes stuff. And I film a lot. Always film more than you think you need, because sometimes you may not be back at that same situation with the same things going on, and you might regret you didn't get enough footage. Christine says, thanks, Brooke, for showing your editing. Yes, I'll go back and I'll finish a little bit too, but I wanted to see what Mochi did over here. That girl. Vdizzle says, Brooke, have you found anyone that caught the TV show from the Sailor Moon Museum? Neither me or Maseo have found it yet. No, I didn't. I was really counting on Maseo because, you know, obviously you really have to be part of that culture to know, like, the certain televisions, because if you don't know Japanese and you don't know the TV stations, it's impossible. That sucks because they probably only aired it. Oh my god, I wonder if they would have posted it on their YouTube channel. You know what they should... I wish they would have, like, given out, like, business cards or information or something on where you could watch it later. I hit my funny bone, by the way, and it's making my arm feel super weird. Oh gosh, I hope we didn't miss it. Like, I hope, like, it was, like, recorded and uploaded somewhere so we can see it, because yes, Vdizzle did get interviewed by some sort of press. I don't know for what TV station or what exactly it was for, but they had like professional cameras and stuff on, like the big ones, and they asked her some questions and stuff, and they said that it was going to be somewhere. What about if you ask Elaine, because Elaine was right there with you, right, and kind of understanding what they were saying. I wonder if Elaine saw it. Did you add her online, by the way? I added her online, and we've been talking quite a bit. We met a Sailor Moon fan in line at the Sailor Moon Museum who lives in Nagoya. So we were in line, and I'll just tell you guys this story real quick. And she looks over, and she's another white girl, okay? So, like, when you're in a sea of Japanese, you notice the foreigners. We always do, like, a little eye thing, like, yeah, you're a foreigner. We see ya. And she's like, Ochiba Wolf, I just sent you a message on Twitter letting you know that I'm in line with you. And I was like, and we became such fast friends. Like, we ended up, after we did the Sailor Moon Museum, we hung out with her all day in Nagoya and made a close friend, and she is awesome. She has been living there for like 14 years. She's originally from the United States, and she's very fluent in Japanese and the Nagoya area in general, and she took us out to eat and showed us some sights. She took us to the Mandarake that is in Nagoya, and it was just such good vibes, good times, and I'm so glad, like, she saw me in line, reached out to me. She told me first, she's like, hey, I follow you on Twitter, I sent you a DM, but she's like, I'll just talk to you right now, because we were kind of walking by each other in line, and I was like, I haven't checked my DMs yet, and you know, we connected through that, and she was freaking awesome. So Vicky, I would ask her, honestly. You want me to ask her for you? Because because I did not realize what was happening until like the very end when they were done interviewing you. So I had no clue. I had none whatsoever. She said they aired it the day before date that was on the note they gave me. Her and her brother were waiting for it on TV, but it aired a day early. Oh, that's totally unlike Japanese, not following a schedule. But yes, ask Elaine if you can. Bye Mochi. We'll see you in a couple weeks. I'm excited to see you again. Love you. Vizak says, that's cool, you got recognized in Japan. Dude, I got recognized with Elaine 4 times. 4 times. 3 of them were actually Japanese women who did not speak much English at all, and they came up with me with their phone pulled up to my Twitter. Mostly, I guess most of the Japanese following that I have is on my Twitter, and they were like, they were pointing at the phone of my profile on Twitter, and were pointing at me, and I was like, yes, that's me. And they wanted photos. They were so sweet. Like, I think just this year I started getting a Japanese following, especially on my Twitter/X. Thank you so much, Sailor Mikey. Thank you, Ochi, and everyone. You all just chatting. Absolutely, we appreciate you, Mikey. Thank you for the tips tonight. And it was crazy. Like, it was the first time that I've been going to Japan that actual Japanese people have noticed me. I've been noticed at conventions here by people, and you know, the English speaking audience that I have is what I expect to know me. I did not expect people in Japan to know who I was. That's never happened before, but it was 3 really sweet girls. 2 of them happened at the museum, and then one of them happened after the museum when we were at that little mall thing, and she was so cute. She wanted pictures with us, and Elaine was there with us at that time and was able to translate and talk to her for us. It was really awesome, and such a just a really neat experience for me, because I still think I'm a nobody, you know. So I still think, you know, I'm just a Sailor Moon fan going doing all the stuff. So when somebody comes up and asks me like this is me, and acts like, you know, they met, I don't know, somebody really famous, because definitely I don't feel that way. It's really it's a weird feeling. It's a weird feeling. Like, of course I'm sweet and I love it, and I'm glad that they came up and I said something, but it's definitely something that I'm not used to quite yet, and especially from the Japanese people that live there. So it was really cool. It was really cool that I got recognized in that way. But Vicky was on TV, dude. She's about to be, she is famous, because people have seen her on TV as a Sailor Moon fan. Like, she was decked out. Okay, can I just say, we both look cute as heck, okay? I remember I posted that picture on my social media where Vicky and I are just strolling up to the Sailor Moon store on day one, and we look so cool. I was really feeling those vibes, you know. Do you guys ever have, I don't know, I go through this all the time. I go through periods where I think I'm just, I look terrible, I hate myself, blah, blah, blah. I know I shouldn't, but I'm just being real with you guys. We all have our bad body image days. I go through a lot of those. But man, when you have a good body image day and you're like, look at me, look at my friend, we look hot, we look great, man, it just feels so good. So that was like the feeling that I was feeling when Vicky and I were strolling up to go to the museum for the first time. It was great. We had so much fun. I feel like I couldn't even tell you guys like everything that happened in just one live stream. We met a couple proxies that really did want to meet up with us. We met Oh My Japan, and we met Kuapi, if you guys follow them as well. Her name is Clarice, and oh my god, were they good vibes, good times too. I adored Gerald and Michelle from Oh My Japan, and I loved Clarice from who's Kuapi online, and they both are proxies that do pickups in the Japan area, focusing on Sailor Moon and other things, and they're very good people. I definitely back their business. If you like their prices, like, I definitely think that they're a proxy to keep on your list, and I like to keep quite a bit of proxies, as long as they're ran by non-drama decent people. There are some proxies, I'm not gonna name any names, that are nothing but drama online and are horrible people and bully people online, but these guys, absolutely none of that. They are fantastic, and I always say I will pay a little extra to support somebody who's kind and is actually genuine and doesn't bring, you know, a lot of negativity to the world. So love them. They're a great option if you guys need a proxy, and it's great because you can talk to them like you're a friend. You can just message them and ask them questions. They're great. Bye, Kayla. Have a good one. Sailor Vanilla said we looked so good that day. We were rocking the whole day. I feel like we were rocking the whole trip. Although my makeup was like hanging on by a thread every day in that Japan humidity. No matter how much One Size I sprayed on my face, which is one of the best setting sprays, by the way. Sponsor me, One Size. You can only get it at Sephora. Okay. Goofy Booty says, will you be making a long form? Wow, I butchered that. I'm so sorry. Will you be making a long form video Japan haul? Yes. Oh, I've been trying my hardest to get it done this week. I originally thought, I'm feeling great, I'm gonna do it on Monday. Nope. I filmed something else on Monday. I was like, I'm feeling great on Tuesday. I got this. Nope. And then today I was like, I'm gonna do it on Wednesday. I'm gonna do it on Wednesday because I have to do my makeup anyway for the stream. I'll film before. Boom, boom, boom. Did it happen? No. So I'm hoping for tomorrow. And I'm hoping and it sucks too because 2 more sponsored stuff came through and I've got to get these out. So I'm going to try my best. So here's my plan. do so tomorrow I'm thinking I'm going to bring all of, because I decided I wanted to film the Japan haul video here in this office, because all of it is in the spare room, which is directly almost next to this room. So I'm going to bring all that stuff in here, get it organized, because I want to talk about things in order. Like, we'll talk about the Sailor Moon stuff, we'll talk about the Disney stuff that I got. I bought a lot of Disney this time. One of these days, all this buying is gonna have to stop. I'm turning into a hoarder. What else did I buy? Oh, I bought some Pokemon stuff. So like, I'll talk to you guys about those in like stages, and while also telling like more, like during each showing of the items, I'll of course throw in some more Japan talk and what we did and stuff. Maybe throw in some photos, like some B-roll stuff, you know. And then my other long form videos that I had planned from my Japan trip, I'm gonna do an updated Sailor Moon store video. So I do have a Sailor Moon store video on my channel, and it's gotten a lot of views and it's super popular. But the thing is, it's so out of date now. The Sailor Moon store got remodeled this year in 2024, and it is completely different and amazing. I'm sure you guys have seen me post some photos about it. You can't film video there, but when I do my long form videos, I can take the photos and do like Ken burns and stuff on it, where you know, it kind of like zooms out, you know, and have some cute transitions. And I want to like tell everybody about the new Sailor Moon store and how freaking awesome it is. So I'm gonna do that long form video, and then another long form video I'm gonna do. Oh gosh, I'm doing 3. I'm doing Sailor Moon store, I'm doing the Sailor Moon Museum. I filmed long form on that. So, and this one's a complete walkthrough, complete video walkthrough of the Nagoya one. And then yeah, that is 3. Okay, so Sailor Moon store, Nagoya Sailor Moon Museum, and then the Raizane art book exhibition at Ogaki bookstore in Tokyo. So those are the 3 like long form I'm gonna do, just showing you guys in detail of those spaces, because I think it's cool to have that as like a database, you know, because one day these things aren't going to exist, and it's going to be so cool to go back and just, you know, reminisce and see those videos. So I'm going to try to do my best on those. It's just bear with me. I've got a lot of things that I'm preparing for. I've got my friend coming in a couple of weeks. Next week I'm going to Tulsa, and then at the end of this month it's Curtis and I's anniversary, so we got to celebrate that. And then in September I have Anime Kansas, which is huge. I am the main host for that convention, so I have a lot to prepare for. I'm conducting interviews, and I have to also get some local people together to make this convention great. And then I have to also do stuff for Planet Anime. They want some content out, and that's also with everything else that I'm doing, like everything that I'm buying, I gotta show you and finish up my own. It's just hard as one person. But I love that you guys are still here. We had consistently around 50 viewers tonight, so thank you guys so much for hanging out and not forgetting about me. I really honestly didn't think that anybody would show up to this live tonight, except, you know, I know my regs, okay? I know a few of you guys would, because you guys got my back, but I didn't think that we'd have this big of number. So thank you guys so much. I hope you guys had a great time tonight. Catching up on the comments in the chat. Kwapi and Oh My Japan were so amazing. Seriously, that day was awesome. Nothing but good vibes all day. Yes, I would. Vicky, were you shocked that Oh My Japan? So okay, we met Oh My Japan in Ikebukuro, and we met them at a mall for dinner. And we were kind of running late that day, because we tried to jam pack in so much, and then we had to decide on a restaurant. It's kind of like a normal mall with like restaurants and stuff inside a mall, except these are more like sit down restaurants, not like a food court. It's like you go into a little space and it's like, you know, a restaurant. Well, we went there, and what kind of food was it? I mean, it was Japanese food, obviously, but we ordered a bunch, and it was stuff that I hadn't tried before. And, you know, they were like, keep ordering, you know, and I was keeping track of, you know, like how much I would owe for my portion, and they ended up paying for everybody. They paid for the whole table, and that was them two, Kurt and I, Vicky and Jared. That was 6 people. They paid for the whole table, and we did not expect that. Like, I was like, are you sure? And like, I tried to give them money and everything, and I was like, the hospitality of people in Japan, man, it was really great. And then on top of that, they gave me some gifts. Which I'll be showing in the Japan haul video. They gave me some good stuff. Like, I couldn't believe it. They gave me some stuff I didn't have either, it's always amazing to me when somebody gifts me a Sailor Moon item, and it's something that I don't have. Like, I'm like, wow, either A, you did your homework, or B, you just got lucky, because that's pretty great. That's pretty great. But for them, it's kind of easy because a lot of the Japanese stuff I do not have, just because, you know, it's expensive to ship back here, and I am a frugal Sailor Moon collector these days. Okinawan, that's right, it was Okinawan food, and I have not had a lot of Okinawan food before, so a lot of it was a little different, a little strange to me, but I will try anything once. I'll try anything once, and some of the stuff I really did enjoy. Oh, Dariamani is here! Hello! How are you? Happy to see your live. I'm happy you're here. How are you doing? I hope your channel is doing good. I am so behind on my subs. I need to go and check out things and see how far you're growing. Are you at 20k yet? You better be at 20k. I hope you're at 20k. Seema says, any long form going to be the Sailor Moon manholes? No, unfortunately not. I didn't think that there was enough things to do for that. I feel like a short form video pretty much covers it all, in addition to the SailorMoonFanNetwork.com article that lists where you can find them all. So I didn't think a long form video was necessary just for that one, because it basically is all explained in the short form video. Sailor Mike says, I love you, OG, in this chat. Thank you, everyone. I'm thankful you're back streaming. I thought you needed a long break from Japan. I did. I was exhausted mentally, physically, and then I also I don't know. I had a little bit of depression from coming back, and it was hard to get back into like normal life. But I'm back. I feel great. You know, life's all about ups and downs, right? I was in a down moment when I got back from Japan, but I'm going back up now, so it looks great. But it is 8 o'clock, you guys. Food is ready. Thank you guys again for joining. I appreciate the hangout. This is a great space. For those who watch after this is live, thank you guys again for just watching it when it's not live. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Mr. Doing! Yes! Yes! He did it right before we were about to go. I'm coming, Mr. Doing. Love you. He's the best. Earlier today, after lunch, he was like sprawled out on my lap like a little baby. I know, honey bunny, I'm coming. All right, guys, I'm gonna go. Don't forget to like this video. And what else? I don't know. Just stay awesome. That's what it is. Stay awesome. Love y'all. And I will be back next week, hopefully.